everybody, it is me, and we are back for another motivating video this morning. Today is Friday. Today is the 10th of the month, right? So we have been doing this for 10 days. Thanks everybody for joining in with me every morning. I have greatly appreciated your time, your effort, your support with me every morning. So thank you. And today, what we're going to talk about, we talk every morning, and there's something motivating, something inspiring that we talk about in the morning times, right? And so today we're going to talk about a topic that I posted yesterday on Facebook, and a lot of people had some comments, right? And so some people didn't comment about it, and I'm sure it was because of what the topic is, so what the quote was. So I just wanted to bring it on here today for you guys to talk to you all about it as well. So the quote that I put out is, a good man will never be enough for a woman who hasn't healed, right? Why did I say that? Because I'm a living example of that, right? I have met men after my divorce, and if you guys have been following me long enough to know, you know that I was in a domestic violence marriage. Didn't know that I was in that type of a marriage because it wasn't physical, right? And so leaving from that marriage, I left there with a bad taste in my mouth, saying men were no good. I also looked at as far as marriage, and I said, hey, I don't want to get married ever again. If marriage looks like this, all jacked up, all confused, if marriage looks like, I'm going to be unhappy, I'm going to be dealing with depression, anxiety, all of what I went through in that marriage and all of the emotions that I experienced in that marriage, I was like, I don't want to get married again, right? I would rather just be single, just date, but I don't want to get married. I don't want the commitment to be in a marriage if this is what it looks like, right? And then I start wondering, with the people that I know, my friends and everything, and I'm like, dang, I'm wondering, are they going through this kind of stuff too in their marriage, and they're just not saying anything, they're just sticking with it, and I was like, I don't want to be in an unhappy marriage and dealing with all the issues that we dealt with, right? So those are some of the things that when I left, I had like a bad taste in my mouth about marriage, and I had a bad taste in my mouth regarding men. Because that was the second relationship that I knew of that I had been in that I was cheated on. Okay, so for me, it was like I had a negative, mindset when it comes to relationships, when it comes to marriage, when it comes to men, because of my experiences, right? And that's what we have to go off of, is our experiences, whether they're good experiences or bad experiences, right? And so for me, those were my negative experiences that I had, and that's how I viewed relationships. That's how I viewed men. Now, at that time, what was I? I wasn't healthy. I was unhealed, right? I needed to heal from that marriage, from that relationship, everything I went through. And you figure that was years of going through in that marriage, 16 years of being with that person, right? So there was a lot of emotions that I had, pent up emotions, frustrating emotions, anger emotions that I had, that I shared as a result of that. So you have to look at in terms of what your experience is. It has a lot to do with what you see in your current situation, what you're going to see in your future situations, right? So with that being said, that's why I posted that post, is because a woman that is not healed, she is not going to be able to appreciate a man that's being good to her, because what is some of her thoughts that she's going to have? And I'm sure you've heard men say this, and you've heard women say this. We categorize, right? When we are upset about something, when we've dealt with something for a long period of time, we put it all together. So we would say, or a woman would say something like, all men, right? Be careful with what I just said, all men, okay? So all men are dogs. All men are no good. There's no good men, right? And why would a woman say that? Because of her past experiences, of the relationships that she's had, right? And she's been hurt in those relationships. So we could say this exact same thing about men, but guess what? Today we're talking about women, okay? We'll talk about men on another video, but today we're talking about women. And so women will put that together and say, all men, like I said, okay, I've been a woman. I'm a woman. I've said that too. I've been guilty of saying that as well. All men, right? I just told you this as far as after getting out of my marriage. So it is a fact. I have said that. And in terms of going forward, as long as I keep that mentality like that, guess what that's going to do? That's going to keep me thinking that way, feeling that way, seeing things the same way over and over and over. Because what? Because that is based on my experience, right? That's all the experience that I have, and that's how I'm going to view that particular situation. And I'm going to look at it in a negative way like that. So because of that, we have to be able to move forward, and a woman is going to be more apt to put up those defensive walls in order so that she doesn't get hurt again, okay? And she's going to have those walls up and not know that those walls is what is pushing the good men away from her, right? But because she's still going through where she's not healed, so what else is that going to do? That's going to draw the same type of men to her, because like attracts like, right? So if you're unhealthy, or unhealed and used to being in unhealthy relationships, you're going to draw that same type of energy, okay, from another man, because that's the type of person that you're used to being around. Or just say, in general, whatever the dynamics of your relationship, it could be another woman that, you know, depending on if you're in that type of a same-sex relationship, right? You're going to still draw, basically what I'm saying. You're going to still draw the same type of person if you're not healed. If you're still going through and meeting the same type of person and your mentality is still the same, you have not moved forward past that hurt that you've dealt with, anybody that you date after that is going to be the same type of person. Or if this person happens to be a good person, maybe this person is healed, he or she, and then they meet you, it's going to be challenging to date you because you still have a lot of your unhealed emotions that are still there. Your triggers are still there, depending on if it was a domestic violence relationship. Because you haven't healed, you're going to be the person in the relationship that has the most baggage, okay? And so when people have baggage in a new relationship, what does that do? It causes challenges for that new person. It causes unnecessary stress for that individual, heartache and pain for that new person, right? Because the person that they're dating is unhealthy. They're not healed. I'm just going to keep it real. They're not healed. I was a living experience, I want to say, okay? I'm a living witness to that. That actually happened to me. And so I can speak so candidly with you about it. And then being a life coach, I've met so many men and women that feel the exact same way or have experienced what I've just shared with you. So that's why I can speak so candid about it, okay? And be open and transparent about it, because it's true. It's happening to so many other people out there. But until we realize that we need to be healed, we're going to continue to keep that cycle going, okay? So I'm hoping that something that I shared with you this morning has been beneficial. It will help you to be able to see the changes that you need to make in your life in order for you to move forward, to have healthier relationships, to let go of that baggage that you've been holding on to, so that you can appreciate that good man or that good woman that is in your life, right? But if you are not able to do that, then guess what? You're going to continue to keep having that same type of response. You're going to continue to keep holding on to that baggage and getting more baggage because of the type of relationships that you're in. If you want to stop the negative baggage from increasing, then you have to make some healthier choices. You got to first work on you. It's an inner thing, right? Healing is an inside job. Nobody else can help you outside of a therapist. You have to do that yourself, okay? You got to go through a healing process yourself in order for you to be able to move forward and be able to see things differently, okay? So just kind of keep that in mind as you're moving forward, okay? That you want to be able to see and have going forward, have healthier relationships, right? So I hope that something that I shared with you all has been beneficial, has been motivating, inspiring, encouraging to you today. And if it has, share this video to your page, to someone else. Send somebody else to my page so that they can see this. You know, share the link to a friend, to a family member, someone that you believe that could actually benefit from what I've shared with you today. And with that being said, I want you guys to have a great rest of your Friday. Get ready for the weekend. Be safe, enjoy, and I will see you you got it, on the next video, which is going to be tomorrow morning, because we're doing this every day until the end of September, right? So with that being said, have a great rest of your morning. Bye-bye.